Hello everyone. As promised, this is the video review. This is my Annihilator Pyrus, which you saw the pictures of earlier. I won't go into painting tips since everybody more or less knows how to paint. Just mixes of reds, blacks, foundation paints, regular paints. All of the words and symbology was done with a fine detail brush. It really is basically all. It's very standard. The symbol on the back, well, you see, I did that with a medium brush since it was, large. The weathering I did with a dry brush of the Astronomicon Gray Foundation paint. I recommend this more than the regular paints since it just goes faster. The quality is about the same, maybe a little bit less, I'm not quite sure, but it definitely goes faster, I'll tell you that right now. It's great for treads. It's marvelous for treads. All of you Imperial Guard tread heads definitely use a dry brush of Astronomicon Gray Foundation paint. Next up, these are just the best of the models I have thus far. I've dozens more, quite literally. It's a little customized Devastator symbol I use, and it's actually based on a aerial photograph of a lake which I live next to. It's man-made, and it looks almost exactly like that symbol, which just so happens to look like a Devastator symbol, so I figured, what the heck. On the back, it's a little bit difficult to tell, but that's a hash mark for Tau killed, because Tau like to field lots of armor, and I like to kill Tau, just so you know. Fine detail brush, of course, on the cables. It's hard to tell with this camera, but they're each an individual color. That's easy enough. This guy, actually, I'm not using him for my best units because what I want to instead talk about is basing. The trick to basing is to use natural stuff. Try not to buy anything. Use what's around you. I mean, if you live next to a forest, use a forest-themed army. I'm sorry for you British players, don't have exactly that many choices. But here in America, we have a lot of choices, and this is great for us players because it gives us a lot of options as far as what to do. You see, I live in a desert. It's very arid, and we have a lot of sand dunes with lots of drifting sand and, dirt. So I based my army on a desert theme. Although strangely I didn't choose Talaran Desert Raiders, go figure. In any case, what I did was I went to my local desert, picked up the top layer of sand. I didn't dig because if I dug, I would have gotten wet sand, and wet sand just leaves a nasty smell to it. In any case, I go to the local desert, pick up the top layer of sand, use a 2 or 3 to 1 mix of Elmer's glue and water, brush it on with a really old brush. I don't use it for new ones, and I just dip them in. I just stick them in the bucket of sand and leave them there till it dries. Pull it out, shake it off, apply another coat or two, and voila, you have a deserty army. Well, that's about it. I still have a lot of painting to do, as you can tell. Most of these models aren't even finished yet. As far as gaming news, well, I'm about to head off to college, so I'll be very close to my local game store, hobby shop, which will allow me to meet with a rogue trader element, maybe become one of them. And this is Solid Zaku, signing off.